Alright, so welcome back to the Brickafit channel, and in this video, probably our last Roman video, unfortunately.
No, say it ain't so, Jim.
Well, I mean, Brickmania probably isn't going to come back with Roman stuff, and at least for a little while, but anyway.
I mean, in my dreams, I dream of waking up on a Friday morning at 8 o'clock.
You dream of that black kitty, let's be honest. We were at my soccer match, and these 4 or 3 little kids came by and delivered their kitty that is supposed to be their precious, you know, them looking after it. They shuttle it off to a person they never met, which
no, they know me.
A little sus, but
the guy knows me
like 2 times. But anyway,
yeah, we're great.
You were great, and it was purring, and he's having dreams. But anyway, let's get to the focus of this video because sweet. Audience retention, things are dropping.
Oh yeah,
people are
subscribe.
dropping like flies. Subscribe,
yeah,
share, turn on notifications. All right, so last Brickmania thing they're probably gonna do. I mean, last Brickmania Roman thing they're going to do, but this is the Onager. This was a Roman catapult, and the build, it was solid. We just got done building it. It was an easy build. The only tricky part is the actual catapult itself, like with the thing, it snaps off a lot. I'll show you when we get into this, but first we're going to take a look at the minifigures that they did, which is so cool. It's just one more excuse to get them off the shelves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we're going to take a look at the history, or here at the history. Alright, so here it is. Here is the Onager. It's kind of a small build. How many bucks was it on Brickmania?
I think it was $50.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
There's still some available.
Yes.
So if you want to pick this up, or if you're deciding to, maybe this review will sell you yay or nay. But yes, this is the Onager. Now Dave is going to dive into his history monologue, and I'm actually going to take off part of these Roman soldiers so you can actually see the side profile of it. But anyway.
Yeah, shout out to Brickmania. In the order where we placed an order for the Onager, they failed to include the Onager in one email, and it was on its way really fast. So
maybe taking a look at how much we bought from Brickmania, they were like, "Hey, we gotta get these guys good."
I think they just have a really great customer service. I've dealt with them before on things, and they're very helpful. Mm-hmm. Well, Joshua, there were a number of different kinds of catapults. We've done a review just recently on the trebuchet, sometimes called the trebuchet, but in the French pronunciation it would be trebuchet. There's also the ballista, and there's the mangonel, and then the Onager.
But are we going to buy the ballista?
We'll buy everything.
Well, the ballista is out. The ballista is on Brickmania.
We never got it?
No.
Why not? Well, we're going to rectify that immediately.
All right, anyway.
That scares me. Why did we not get that?
Because at the same time they released the Roman soldiers, and we wanted more Roman soldiers.
Oh yeah, we were pretending. It's like yeah, we want 2 large pizzas with everything on it, but we're gonna have a Diet Coke to drink to like cut back on calories. So it's like we're gonna buy like $500 worth of minifigs, but we're not gonna buy the $45 whatever it is ballista. Yeah. Because we're saving money. We're going frugal. Okay, I get it.
Now get to the Onager.
The Onager is a type of ballista, and it used torsional force. Torsional. See, catapults, they worked on
stored energy.
On stored energy, and they could do that by torsion. They could do it by gravity. They could do it by twisting. Okay, so it was a Roman torsional powered weapon. It's kind of a type of it used torsional force from twisted rope to store up energy for the shot. So you'd have rope, and you'd like twist it around and pull this thing down, and then at some point you'd release all the energy that had built up in the twisted rope, and that thing went up in the air and off it went. Now, when it did go off, the rear end would kick up in the air, and it reminded the Romans of the kind of thing you'd see a mule do, or in Roman times, a wild ass that roamed the eastern part of the empire, the kind of action the Onager would do. So after the wild ass, indigenous to the eastern part of the empire, they called this
I think David's having a little bit too much fun with the
what?
The wild.
Well, yeah, I like the wild ass.
All right.
Yeah, we could have a lot of fun with that. So anyway, that's why they call it the Onager. I'm almost done. Believed to have been developed 300, 400 BC. It was first mentioned in print in 353 by a Roman whose name you probably don't know. I'll give you $5 billion if you know it. I didn't think so.
Caesar?
Ammianus Marcellinus. And it was, as you can see, a single-arm throwing machine. It required 8 men to operate because doing that turning and twisting of the rope took great force, so it required 8 folks to do it.
8 folks.
As I mentioned, it had great recoil, low mobility, very difficult to aim. It could fire stone projectiles, pieces of tar, human waste, heads of dead prisoners, burning logs, about anything they could put in the cup there.
Jeez.
It could throw it up to 1,300 feet.
Wow.
And the recoil, as I mentioned, was so bad, anything underneath it would be destroyed, including if you set it up on a stone wall. It would just pulverize it. So you couldn't use this on fortifications. You would have to put it behind any fortifications you have or had. There were about 50 of these when these were most popular for every legion. During the time of Julius
50 per legion?
Yeah, 50 onagers per legion.
Whoa.
And during the time of Julius Caesar and his campaigns, he doubled that amount. They were usually put near the front of the line. Took 4 wagons hauled by oxen to carry this bad boy, and yeah, it was quite a chore to get it from point A to point B. It gradually was replaced by the trebuchet in the 6th century, which was a bit more accurate and easier to use. Although onagers were in service up until the end of the Middle Ages, when all the catapults were replaced by cannons. And there you have my twisted history of the onager, better known as the wild ass, because it kicked like a mule.
Alrighty, well,
The wild
this,
ass.
yes, this.
So actually, when they were transporting this thing, you could say that they were hauling ass.
Okay, alright. So anyway, this kit is loaded with one feature. Loaded being the operative word, being,
Oh, funny.
you know, loaded. It's
I got
loaded.
it.
Okay.
We got it.
Alright, so basically to do this right, you're going to have to put your finger right here or right there, or 2 fingers, and then pull back and fling the shot. So here, I'll demonstrate that, and I know I'm not stupid, bud. Alright.
Well, you're my child, so, I mean, that is somewhat disputable.
Alright, bud. Alright, so.
Bud. Oh, no. Oh!
That went far, but anyway, you can get some pretty good power behind this. They give you 3 rock formation shells, or whatever they are, and yeah, so that's the onager, that's the main feature. Now, if you want to do this by itself, it's going to snap off like that. Major design flaw, but they probably couldn't get around this, so, you know, that's the only problem with the set. Everything else, solid, you know, it's good.
Hold it down with your fingers.
Which I am probably going to replace these printed elements right there with non-printed elements, so I don't wear off the printing, or if I just don't smudge that, and I can keep these separate because I don't want to smudge that any. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But anyway, you might want to do the same. You could use them in mocks or something else, but I really don't see those, and if I'm going to be placing this in a mock, it's going to be in the shadows. It's not going to go up in pictures, so that's, you know, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, that's the only feature of the set, besides it just looking great. The build was quite nice for $50. I mean, it's a little expensive, but it isn't Brickmania expensive, you know? I don't really see that. This isn't, like, terrible, in my opinion. This is actually pretty good.
I like it.
I mean, for the engineering aspect, for, you can pair it, like, if you have a Roman legionnaire, you gotta have an onager. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
If you had a whole
that's my
legion,
opinions.
you need 50 of them.
Yeah, well, we don't have a whole legion, so...
Yet,
yeah.
I see that gleam in your eye whenever you... Yeah.
A legion would be way too much.
You think?
Yeah.
That'd be, what, 5,000 in Legion?
Yes, there's 5,000 in a legion, bud.
That'd be a lot of money.
Yeah, you think?
That'd be 20... So
6 million?
200,000. They're $45 a whack. I can't do the math right now. It'd be a boatload of money, bruh.
Anyway, the other thing that's a little bit weird about this is this right here. It's not connected. This is like a little bit down. It's just kind of weird. It's not connected at all. It's a little sus, but everything else is great. It's solid. I mean, I feel like I could throw this. I mean, don't throw this, but if you did, you know, it's not going to break apart besides this part. This part is actually solid. This part really isn't, but That's my big quick
And
review.
Brickmania thoughtfully, I assume they did this on purpose.
Just in case
the
it
powers
broke.
this rubber thing, so they threw in an extra one of those, which I thought was a nice touch.
10 cents right here, boys.
150 Lego elements, and this is designed by Tasha, or Tasha, sorry, I don't know how you pronounce your first name. It could go either way. I'm going to say Tasha O'Donnell. And that's the first design I've seen from her, which doesn't mean there haven't been others, but
Or him.
I'm pretty sure that's a female name.
It
but
could be him or her.
I could be wrong. Maybe shouldn't have said anything.
It's designed by a newbie. Or maybe not a newbie, but a new person.
Anyway,
So,
nice job.
nice job.
Yeah, we really like it. So,
Alrighty.
are we to the final thought stage?
Final thoughts. We didn't really do our review program. I think it's it's an awesome.
You kind of covered it. You talked about the build, and you talked about the playability, and you talked about the special features.
So, Dave, let's recount. You've cursed in this video.
I have not cursed.
Yes, you have.
Ass is a perfectly acceptable word. It's in the Bible.
Yeah, there's many things that are in the Bible that doesn't make it a good or bad word anyway. But guess what?
I'm being
He's going
historical.
to a certain musical festival, which we will not mention what that is because he probably doesn't want that mentioned. But we're going to a music festival, and he's gonna bring on a band that has a curse word in it. So you're like cursing on media now. You get to do it twice in a row.
Lucky me.
All right. I thought that should be mentioned.
Well, I appreciate that. What can I mention about you? Usually I'm never at a loss, but I'm kind of at a loss right now.
That's a time for us to leave the video. Please subscribe, share,
Like, comment, subscribe, patronize, or patronize. Patronize our sponsor, HD Bricks.
Yes.
Mention code word Brickafit and you'll save 5% off. Yeah. Yeah.
If you would like to sponsor me in future episodes, you can.
Have you finally stopped bleeding?
Yes.
He had a bug bite and he thought, I'll scratch it.
Well, it was itching.
And then he thought, it's still itching, I'll scratch it some more. And before he knew it, he had a torrent, a rivulet of blood streaming down his leg. I felt faint. But I did apply a Band-Aid. And I think all is well, except some of your hair pulled off.
Yes.
When you just had to pull the Band-Aid off.
Yes.
For reasons that escape me.
Because I just want to... Because we have bacon Band-Aids. Don't ask me why. We didn't buy it. A friend gave it to us.
It's not real
and
bacon. It's just the
I know,
Band-Aid
but-
looks like bacon. It's cool.
So when I looked at it, I thought I was bleeding.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just needed to get
I got
that
scared
thing
too.
off.
Buy Brickmania, buy Lego, have fun, enjoy life, and subscribe.
Goodbye.